Welcome, everyone. It is a drizzly, rainy day here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the video, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like filming inside today. It always feels good to be outdoors, so I'll just dry off when I'm done with it. We're going to go right into our workout. This is going to be really quick, just a 20-minute workout, no equipment required. Okay, and I'm trying to do a little series of videos here that are a little shorter than what I normally do. So personally, I like 30-minute workouts. I think you get a lot done in 30 minutes. But, that's not true of everyone. So people are limited as far as time, they're limited as far as energy, or for beginners, they just may not have the stamina yet to keep up the 30 minutes. So we're going to try to do some 20-minute videos here. Okay, so for today, just a nice light 20-minute cardio. Okay, and keep in mind that the group that's going to be watching this is the group that's probably going to need a little bit lighter style workout. Okay, so for my beginners or people who have hip issues, or knee issues, or all that stuff, we want to think about everybody and their fitness level and what they're capable of. All right, let's come to a march. Pump your arms. If you're up for it, you could even jog this. So we're going into late fall here, and it's actually not bad temperature wise today for fall, but it is kind of damp and cool. So I'm going for the jog just because I can do that and it actually feels good in the cool weather. But if you want to just march this, that's okay. So always go with what's going to feel good for you today. Too many people feel like their workouts need to be like really heavy duty, make every minute count, go, 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 go. But that's not what exercise is for. It should leave you feeling better than when you started, not worse. All right, we're going to take this into some heels. Okay, and I'm going to lift my arms up in front. If you want to take a modification, you can lift opposite leg, opposite arm. You can lift in front. You can lift up higher overhead. So we're kind of taking a version of a low impact jumping jack. Okay, if you're up for it and you want to do both arms, you can. If you want to add a little bounce to it, you can do that too. That may or not feel good. So if it doesn't, then just stick with a little more low impact version. Okay, and the next round, we're going to stick with the same idea, but we're going to take it out side to side instead of forward. 3, 2, 1. Let's even it out and then go out wide. Okay, and again, you can lift up the arms. You can do opposite arm. It may take a little coordination, but and you can also do a nice big reach instead of a small reach. So totally up to you. You might try a couple different options and decide which one you like best. And you might find if you do this workout more than once, maybe one day one thing feels good, on another day something else feels good. All right, in our next minute, we're going to put those two moves together. Okay, so we're going to go forward for 2 and then out wide for 2. 5 seconds left here. One more each way, and then we go forward and out, forward and out. And actually, my shoulders are surprisingly tired from those first 2 minutes we did. So you might notice for this round, I'm still doing double arms, but I'm taking it a little bit lower this time because I am listening to my body. And my body said we don't want to do another minute of those. So I said, Well, alrighty then. Okay, we've got 15 seconds left here, and then we're going to come into a minute where we're going to do step touch right here. Okay, so I'm going to cross the arms in front just because I'm still working out like some of the stuff with that shoulders. Um, but if you want to do something different here, my gosh, the possibilities are endless. You can push forward, you can do bicep curls. So just ask your arms what they want to do and then do it. And at the end of this minute, we're going to come into a nice wide stance and we're going to do some squats. Okay, so again, I said this video was for beginners or people who had some issues. So we're just going to keep the squat shallow. But we kind of want to work a little inner thigh, build up some strength in the legs, glutes, hamstrings, right here. Okay, down and up. Okay, so if you need to keep this shallow right here, that's okay. So kind of the idea is you pretty much know what your range is. Like if you have a hip injury or a knee injury, and you want to work to the point just above where you would start to feel pain. Okay, so you don't want to push it to the point where you're really compromising a tender area. But if you're working the part above that and getting it stronger, that's actually going to help stabilize the joint. Okay, we've got another 10 seconds here. And then as long as we're in this nice wide stance, we're going to do hamstring curls. One more squat, and then we're going to come out, curl those hamstrings. And I think we're actually going to stay here for 2 minutes instead of 1 minute because I like to work hamstrings. Probably one of the things we're not really focused on if we're doing workouts on our own. But for the next minute, we will change it up and we'll do doubles instead of singles. Okay, 20 seconds to go here, side to side. Okay, and again, I understand not everyone can do a full hamstring curl here. The knee just might not permit it. Just do as much as you can. If you don't have a knee issue, really squeeze those hamstrings. All right, we're moving into doubles. Two on the right, two on the left. Two on the right, two on the left. Okay, and after this round, we're going to do some knees up. Okay, so we do a little core work. We do a little work into the hip flexor, which is also one of those areas that needs a little attention. Okay, it's normally tight. Tight does not mean strong though. So a lot of areas that are tight are actually weak. So our natural tendency is to stretch them, but we miss the part where we need to strengthen them. Okay, last one here. And then knees up. If you can, reach underneath so you get a little lower abdominal work with it. If you can't lift that high, no worries. Maybe just take an opposite hand to the opposite knee. Okay, that works too. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then we're going to do another minute of knees up. And we're going to add some torso rotation. So still working the abs, but working a different part of them. So the abdominals are like a whole series of muscles that all work together in different directions. So when you see you want to work out your abs, it's actually a lot of different muscle groups. Okay, and we're going to put the hands together and twist. Okay, so when the palms are together, we kind of have to do a little more rotation, and we also get a little more stretch. And generally speaking, that's a good thing. If it doesn't feel good for you, maybe just do a little push side to side. Okay, and we've reached the halfway point in our workout, flying right through this. Okay, next round, we're going to come down into some narrow squats. Okay, arms are going to pump down. So think of you going downhill skiing, grabbing some ski poles, and propelling yourself forward. Okay, and again, maybe this is really light for you. It's okay, it all works. Maybe some of you can really go for it. Okay, and that's okay too. Okay, we've got 20 seconds left here. And then we're going to stick to this idea of a narrow squat, but we're going to add a tap out side to side. One more. And then we do the squat, tap, squat, tap, squat, tap, squat, tap. If you really want to get fancy with it, you can kick out wide. Like I said though, thinking about the group that's watching, okay, and providing options for everyone. Okay, and just so you know, if you're doing the tap out wide, you are still working on balance. The trick with that is to just set your toes down super light. So they're just down far enough that they're catching your balance. Okay, so think of when you do that move, 90% of your weight being in your supporting leg and just 10% being in that toe that's tapping. All right, and then we're just going to do either taps to the side or lifts to the side. So now we're working on outer hip. Okay, and again, that outer hip is crucial for balance and fall prevention. Okay, so when we strengthen outer hip and the glutes, we go a long way to preventing falls. Okay, obviously, if you're out in the winter and you're on ice, I can't guarantee you're not going to fall. Ice is slippery. But we're talking about, like, generally speaking, like when we're losing our balance on solid ground. Okay, and back to our step touch. And the loss of balance really being because the muscles are weak and they're unable to catch us when they should be able to. Okay, so one of these days, I'm going to do a video that's just exercises to test your balance. Okay, and that's not, it's not cardio based at all. It's about challenging your balance in lots of different ways, like single leg balance and narrow stance balance and all that stuff. So I used to teach a class all 100% balance based with the Y, and we haven't brought it back yet because we're still dealing with post pandemic, getting everything straight. All right, we're going to take knees up but across. Okay, and add rotation. Anyhow, I think that is super important. So just like I was saying, people who are really, really fit sometimes are sorely lacking in flexibility. They can also be lacking in building good balance. Not always. So we'll have a lot of core strength. Normally that really helps with balance, but it's also about practicing that specifically. All right, and next we're going to work some inner thighs. Okay, so this is another move I know is challenging for this group. So just think about lifting with your inner thigh, even if it's just a little bit. Okay, if you can take it up higher, go ahead. Okay, but I don't want you compromising your knee or your hip to try to make this happen if that's just not feeling good for you. Okay, so keep it small if you need to. And we have less than 5 minutes to go here, guys. You got this. And then we're going to go back to that little mini squat we were doing. Instead of a tap out, we're going to do a tap back. So squat, tap back, squat, tap back. And again, if you want to do something more advanced, lift the leg, squeeze, ski, balance, ski, balance. Okay, for our last cardio interval, we're going to either do a power walk or a jog, totally up to you. One more rep here, and then march it out here, or you can even jog. So I think what I'm going to do is jog the first 30 seconds, and then the remainder of that 30 seconds, I'm going to take it back down into a power walk, and that way I'm starting to bring my heart rate down. Okay, so right here, I'm going to take that jog into a power walk, and then we're going to give ourselves just 1 minute to do a cool down stretch together. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It takes some nice light heels in front. Okay, add a little push. Okay, and nothing too intense. So this is just feel good movement right here. And then take those heels if you can, cross them. If you shouldn't, stay in front with them. It's part of the reason we cross the body because it kind of crosses hemispheres in the brain. So it's kind of good for the mind and body together. And again, working on balance and coordination. Come back to a march. Breathe up. Nice big stretch here. Try to reach for the ceiling. Oh, and then exhale down. Nice work, everyone. You did it. Thank you for joining me for that workout. I will see you soon. Have a great day.